Hi, everybody. Welcome to Pace Studio on the Road. We're live right now at the WinterWonderGrass Festival in Steamboat Springs, Colorado with Drunken Hearts. Guys, thank you so much for being here, man. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Feels good to be playing music.
Yeah, it does. It feels, and you have facilitated music for the last two of these sessions. That guitar has been featured in both, so thank you for lending that wonderful instrument. And thank you for giving us your music, man. We're about to hear 4 songs from across the catalog, including 2 from Wildflower Sessions, the most recent EP. What do you feel like doing first today?
We'll do a song called New Reseda first that was inspired by Tom Petty. The sky was falling, just another projection. The world stopped turning, another twist in the tail. You were the flower, oh, I was your honeybee. You let me land upon that sweet little peach. It's a long ride to Reseda, especially with a big load. She's my only senorita. I'll stop on this lonely road. I was the fire, you were the field I laid to waste. I lit that soil till it was free and wild. The city looked so small, whoa, from so far away. Reminds me of that winter and the wind that blew our dreams astray. It's a long ride to Reseda, especially with a big boat. She's my only senorita. Oh, I'll stop on this lonely road. On this lonely road. The sky was burning, we watched it all fall apart, suspended in one moment, captured inside my drunken heart. With through those misfortunes, oh, against the wall, blinded by pain, whoa, and stumbling through space and time. It's a long ride to Reseda, especially with a big load. She's my only senorita. Last stop on this lonely road. On this lonely road.
right. Yeah, man, I don't know whether, I mean, you're probably into your performance. I don't know whether you saw the smiles that were happening between us over here, but it means we're having a good time on this side of the table as well. So thank you for providing that good time. Awesome. Yeah, and we've crossed paths with various members of this iteration from the breweries in Atlanta to different places. Can you please tell the story of how Drunken Hearts have evolved to include the members and the lineup that we see here in front of us today?
That is a very, very long story, but we've got, I'll give you a very truncated version of it. The band started in 2011 with two of my best friends, Ted Wells and Derek Shields, as a little trio, kind of like a hobby in Vail, Colorado. We soon moved to the Front Range to try to pursue music full time. Ted unfortunately passed away in 2014, and then Alex Johnson came on board, as well as a few other people that created a core band for about 5 years, and then we hit the pandemic, which really rattled some things loose, as I'm sure we can all relate to at this point in time. Some of the guys, got real jobs. Some of them wanted to not tour quite as hard as we were touring originally. And then one of them moved to Burlington, Vermont. So I called upon some folks that I've actually played a lot of music with. James has subbed in for some of those guitar players over the years, and so now he's playing guitar. And then we've got Ace and Sean from Grant Farm, and I've played tons of shows. Drunken Hearts have played tons of shows with Grant Farm. Tyler should be here, honestly. And so those guys, it's always a pleasure to play with them. And Tyler Adams here from the Jaunt T.
Tyler Adams.
I think we had a gig at the Villar Center, and the piano player that we had booked originally canceled, and he recommended Tyler, and I'd never even met Tyler until the load-in that day, and he's been crushing it ever since. So, and that's how we are still here.
Excellent. Can I ask you a probably maybe ignorant for someone who's not from Colorado question? You said you moved to the Front Range. What does that mean?
That means like Denver, Boulder. It's just kind of the flatland of Colorado down there. I was living in Vail. I grew up in Vail, and outside of Vail, out on the Colorado River. So, we
domesticated?
We domesticated. We became, we got real jobs and real lives, and we're not ski bums anymore, although I miss that. Now this is the job, so that's the good news.
Nice, dude. Well, I'm enjoying my job very much. We're all at work right now, but I mean, I'm having a lot of fun. Thank you guys for doing this. We're only 1/4 of the way through the session. We're about to hear 3 more songs. What do you guys want to do second today?
This is a song off of Drunken Hearts, The Prize, that came out in 2018, and it's a tune that we don't get to play very often, or that I don't. Kind of grew out of the catalog somehow, but being out here in Steamboat up in the mountains, we're going to play on the mountain tomorrow at the top of the gondola. This just seems like a fitting song. It's called Wilderness. 1, 2, 3, 4. I had a dream, I left my children. I had a dream, I flew far away. Once upon a time I knew there'd come a day I followed you into the wilderness. Follow you if you follow me too. I owe this lifetime to my brethren. For their efforts, they guide my soul. It's been a lifetime of beautiful sadness. You always know when I've lost control. I followed you into the followed you into the wilderness.
Follow you if you follow me too.
I followed you into the wilderness.
Follow you if you follow me too.
I followed you into the wilderness. If my eyes should fly to heaven, when my body shall stay home, no one knows what tomorrow holds. If I should die, lay down my body, whether I be dust or a bed of stone, and the only thing to do is remember, baby, that the best we can do is hold on. I followed you into the wilderness.
I'll follow you if you follow me too.
I followed you into the wilderness.
I'll follow you if you follow me too.
I followed you into the wilderness.
I'll follow you if you follow me too.
I followed you into the wilderness. Very chill. Yeah, chiller than we were anticipating.
Well, what do you attribute the chillness of that to? Is it the vibe that we've created as Pace Magazine in this particular room, or was that just
Probably
how you
all the
guys wanted to
CBD.
play it today?
Probably all the CBD from the massage that I just.
There
Nice,
were some goodies in that gift basket.
cool.
Thanks,
So,
WinterWonderGrass.
so drugs.
Legal drugs.
The good
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
We're in Colorado. My grandmother's probably watching right now, so that's THC.
Yeah.
Bubba. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. And so, speaking of
CBG.
I think I had THC and some CBD.
drugs, but I mean the ones that grow in the ground, so it's fine.
Lord made a plant.
Basically an apple.
Your Colorado-ness and I forget who in this band is a Santa Cruz person. I know there's somebody from Santa Cruz.
That's me.
Santa Cruz person, Colorado. Can you talk a little bit about maybe the way that the Colorado community has made sense and supported what you do, and why that makes sense for a Santa Cruz person to sort of to vibe into this thing with for a Los Angeles person, and what we're doing here at WinterWonderGrass, and what's the commonality between all of those different musical communities that makes it work in this particular case?
Sure. Well, I mean, the musical community is very, we are all good friends, and it's easy for us to all get together and play some of music, like Andrew's here. So
Traditional bluegrass.
yeah,
songs, basically.
yeah, right. But yeah, no, there's a lot of the communal music there that we all share and like to play together. So regardless of where we're from, I think we can all get on board.
I think there's definitely something to be said for the language of bluegrass. That if you if you've learned how to play the guitar, the banjo, or something in a family bluegrass pick kind of situation, and all of a sudden you meet some other pickers at a festival, and you go, "Oh, do you know Big Spike Hammer?" And it's like, "Yeah, do you do it in B?" And everyone knows. All of a sudden, this language is established from traditional bluegrass songs, and then as for artists as well, you can have someone on stage and just call out a song, and it's like in your DNA almost to like play these songs. And so there's something about that, I think, that also kind of permeates the Colorado especially. And then WinterWonderGrass does such a great job of kind of unifying all these elements of the language of bluegrass, the camaraderie of playing music with friends or learning music with your friends in hotels. I mean, that's how I learned how to play music. Was I got a guitar and went to some concerts, and we stayed up all night playing bluegrass in the hallways of the hotel. You know, probably didn't sound very good, but
Come a long way.
come on.
But from time to
At
time, there's
times.
probably moments of transcendence when you didn't sound good, but there was like, 10 seconds from here and there that keep you coming back.
We were onto something. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chasing something.
Yeah. We were renting terrible van. We rented one terrible van, and it took us forever to rent a terrible van. And there was a dude. I was smoking tobacco. I shouldn't be smoking tobacco, but I was smoking tobacco. And there was a dude from Panama that was coming to this festival who was renting one of these terrible vans also. And we ended up talking about Bill Monroe for the entire extent of while we were poisoning our bodies and freezing our fingers off. And I was like, yeah, man, let's talk about Bill Monroe with the dude from Panama that we didn't get into even how he was exposed to this music, but it didn't matter. We were just talking about that. And yeah, it was, man, I liked it a lot. That was my favorite part about waiting 2 hours to rent a van.
I was not there.
Man, well, thank you guys. We're only halfway through right now. There's still a third and a fourth song coming up, man. What do you guys want to do third today?
This is an unreleased song called Tell Me that I wrote up in a cabin outside Winter Park, Colorado. I guess it's just about resilience. Darkness, nothing to see. There's a brand new day waiting for me. Too much to run from to ever be free. Oh, the lights start shining when you start looking at me. The world keeps grinding, but what can we see? The shit keeps falling, and there ain't no relief. Tell me one more, tell me, baby, one more time. Tell me one more. Road keeps winding under my feet. These winds can't stop us. These words are the seed. They do remind me there's nothing in between. Oh, the end of the darkness and the sign unforeseen. It's time to go on now. It's time that we go. If we don't leave now, girl, you're gonna miss the next show. Tell me one more. Tell me, baby, one more time. Tell me one more.
All right. And I don't know. In my opinion, for the record, there's no way that pearl snaps can ruin anything at all, man. You're doing great.
I got a little percussion.
Yeah.
setup over here.
Even if there's some unintended pearl snap percussion, man, it sounds wonderful. And so I know we've heard one from Wildflower Sessions. I believe we're going to hear another one from Wildflower Sessions. Can you talk a little bit about the way that that most recent EP came into the world, and potentially talk about new music coming up beyond Wildflower Sessions?
Yeah, so when we were still kind of in the middle of the lockdown, my friend Tobin Vogesser from No Coast was really pushing me to do something kind of like inside of a venue but without an audience. And then we had a sound engineer that had a mobile studio. So we pretty much
This.
handpicked a venue to set up in, which ended up being the Wildflower Pavilion at Planet Bluegrass. Hence why we called it the Wildflower Sessions.
Absolutely no relation to Tom Petty whatsoever.
We do have a Tom Petty inspired song on
Well,
the New Reseda, and then
Yeah.
there's a couple Tom Petty references buried into some of the lyrics on the.
But this
EP.
particular reference is separate from.
It's separate, yeah. Although that is probably one of my favorite albums of all time. So.
Pretty good one.
It's a pretty good one. And so, yeah, we created a little mobile studio in the pavilion, and we tracked 5 songs live. I think I overdubbed a little bit of vocals, but because I had a sinus infection at the time. But, yeah, and it took a little bit to put it out, but that's how the EP came about. And, of course, there's a video for each song, which is kind of different and cool. And that came out on February 4th. So this is the last track that we put out, called Glass and Sand.
Is that how you pronounce it all the time?
It depends on if it's Renaissance, Andrew. Renaissance Andrew pronounces it glass and sand. But luckily we don't see Renaissance Andrew very often. Usually about once a year.
Maybe tonight after the set.
Perhaps tonight after Schmiggity's. Just trying to, keep me tied down here. Keep me tame. It's okay. Not a bad idea.
We got you.
Glass and sand, a salt of the sea, the wind and the breeze, and the bark of the trees, like wheels to a road, or the end of the show. Oh, long heavy load, our journey never slow. Oh, you can't run away, time won't let go of you, the days don't fade away. When you're running this through, oh, you can't lie awake, shaking your bones. The night won't let go of you unless you sing another song, unless you sing us another song. To an eye, or the fear that makes us lie, the hurt of goodbye under a clear blue sky, like friend or foe, or thorns to a rose, and the cold to the rain, love to the pain. Oh, you can't run away, time won't let go of you, days don't fade away. When you're running this through, oh, you can't run away. Oh, shaking your boat, the night won't let go of you. One last you sing another song. One last you sing another song. Lying hope to a dream, fire and gasoline, words to the soul, all beyond our control. And the dark and the wrong, oh, the music and the song, oh, the ship in the fog, oh, the light and the dark. Oh, you can't run away, time won't let go of you, days don't fade away when you're running this through. Oh, you can't lie away, shaking your bones. Night won't let go of you unless you sing us another song. Unless you sing another song. Oh, one more song. One more song.
All right. Thank you guys so much for the music. We appreciate it very much, everybody. And I don't know. There's not really any sort of lead out to that. Let's go get. I'm gonna go get weird. I hope to get weird with you guys
Let's
in
do
any capacity that might take. Thank you for the
man.
music. We really appreciate it very much.
Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate you.
All right,
Have a
guys.
great night.
And we have done it, man. That's it. Well done.
Well done, gentlemen.